The sixth standard is the Creative Communicator Standard. And the no edit, sorry. You're going to get that look if you watch this on the YouTube feed. The Creative Communicator Standard. Students communicate clearly and express themselves creatively for a variety of purposes using the platforms, tools, styles, formats, and digital media appropriate to their goals. So students choose appropriate platforms and tools for meeting desired objectives. Students create original works, or they can actually responsibly repurpose previous works or remix into new creations. Students are able to communicate complex ideas clearly, either by using creative digital objects, visualizations, models, or simulations, or they can actually publish and present content as needed. Now, Creative Communicator Standard is a huge standard in regards to gaming and to esports. Let's look at the last indicator that they gave. Students publish or present content that customizes the message and medium for their intended audiences. Twitch TV. If you don't know what it is, go to twitch.tv right now, and what you will find are people all over the entire planet using video games to create new content, new media for a specific market of people around specific games, whether they are people just hanging out and playing games, or they are people who are trying to teach others how to play games, or they're just kind of hanging out while playing games. It's all there. In fact, even right now, twitch.tv is still showing a Doctor Who marathon until the middle of July. And what's great about it is that as people are creating this content, you have the live stream of people next to you. As you look at as you watch the video, there's actually a message chat, and you can follow the stream as it goes. Sometimes it goes too quickly, especially if there's a lot of people in the chat on a popular message on a popular feed, and I don't know how some of the hosts are able to follow these things so quickly while they're playing games. But the Creative Communicator Standard is one that for esports, it's a low-hanging fruit, because students also, not just by publishing their material to the world, they also have to communicate complex ideas. And think again, as I just told you, about playing the game and looking at the data that I would look at after I finished playing League of Legends today, and I could download the game and rewatch it. I can take that and turn that into a series of visualizations. I can remix and show exactly what I should have done and what I shouldn't have done. I can look and analyze and look at my mistake. And if I'm a student trying to explain myself to a coach or to another teammate, okay, how am I going to go about doing that? How do I choose the appropriate tool or the appropriate platform? Where do I go to learn how to use these tools or platforms? Now in Racine, we have our high schools, and we do have some of those design courses. But in Racine, we also have another space here that I'm really excited to start tapping into, and that's the Racine Creative Center. And what the Racine Creative Center is a space for students to come and learn how to use different digital media tools, devices, to get their message out. And it's totally run by volunteers. It's free for our students to go into and use. It's something that, to me, is makes esports the medium to something more, as I keep saying. That it is going to get us, if we focus just on the games, we lose out on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is connections into the community and connections into how to use these tools. And for our students to not just be those who take in and absorb content, but are actually creators. We don't want them to just be full-time consumers of content. We want our students to be creators of content. And that's what esports allows them to do. Because if you think that these students are just going to play the games, you're silly, because they're not. There's a whole culture around these games that is positive for kids, can be positive for kids. And in a lot of ways, schools are going to help kids learn how to better use these tools. It's amazing what they can do with their phones, but it's also amazing what you can do when you put them in front of a 27-inch iMac with a person right next to them who says, hey, you do some really good work. Let me show you one thing. One thing is usually all it takes. You show this kid one thing, what they can do with what it is that they're doing, and they're off and running and creating new content on their own. It's amazing to see. I've seen it many times in my professional career. I've done it myself, where I learn how to do one little thing, and if I learn how to do that one little thing, if you show me one time, I can do it.